It's Josie. Welcome to Eccentric if you're new to my channel. If you're wondering why you're staring at this dark green screen, it's because I don't feel like being on camera, but I did want to talk to you about Jupiter changing signs. Again, I deal in Vedic astrology, not Western astrology, okay? Jupiter is headed to Aquarius. Okay, Jupiter is going to be moving into Aquarius. What's today? I didn't even look before I started this. Like literally, like in a couple of days, like somewhere around the 21st, I believe. But Jupiter is about to change signs, and I wanted to give you a heads up because Jupiter is a planet that is all about expansion and learning. It's a teacher, but it's not as harsh as Saturn, right? So with Jupiter, wherever Jupiter is, it's going to want to expand that area of your life. So I'm going to use myself as an example so that I can like break this down to you, okay? I have made myself aware in the last couple of days of what's coming. Now, I'm already experiencing it because Jupiter is aspecting my first house right now, okay? But it's going to be really strong when it gets in my first house. So I'm going to have Jupiter in my first house, and that tells me that I have to be extra diligent about the things that I eat, exercise, um, inflammation, things like that, because Jupiter is going to be in the house that rules my physical body. And if I don't want to become Santa Claus, I need to be extra diligent and mindful while Jupiter is in my first house. And to take it a little further, I went back to the time that Jupiter was last in my first house, okay? And I happened to be pregnant with my last child then, okay? And physically I was miserable, but this was before I ever knew anything about like astrology and stuff like that. Like physically I was absolutely miserable, and of course I was pregnant. There's that expansion, right? Even if you're not pregnant, there's going to be expansion, there may be inflammation, anything that expands or makes something bigger. You see what I mean? So if you already have issues with inflammation, you may want to, be mindful and have things available and change your lifestyle to where you're not going to be dealing with that. And again, that's just for the people who are experiencing Jupiter in the first house. And of course, if you don't know where Jupiter is in your chart, I will look at that when you get a personal reading. I can tell you where Jupiter is in your chart. All you need to know is what time you were born. I'm pretty sure you know everything else about your birth data, but the time is usually where people get tripped up. Um, so yeah, like Jupiter moving and changing signs is a big deal because that area of life you're going to be expanding your knowledge, your belief system may expand. You may add something to your belief system that you already have in place. Your awareness may expand. You may travel. You see what I mean? um it just depends on where this is. Like if you got Jupiter in the ninth or the 12th house, you've definitely got a high chance of travel, right? If you got Jupiter in your fourth house, that's going to be dealing with your home matters and your mother. There's going to be expansion there. You might end up buying a big house or moving to a bigger house, all kinds of stuff. Wherever Jupiter is big. You know what I'm saying? um if if I was anybody that had Jupiter coming into the fifth house, I would definitely hire an accountant because you could definitely feel way too generous. Okay, like, so that's why it's important to look at your birth chart and study your birth chart so you can see how these energies are influencing you. Because from my experience, the very last time Jupiter was in my first house, I knew nothing about astrology at all. And I feel like I got mopped, I was literally mopped all over the floor because of it. Like, when I look at my life before studying my birth chart, I realize how influential the planets were, in a not so pleasant way. The planets are still very influential now. The thing is, I have an awareness of the energy that I'm working with, and I'm able to work with it for my benefit instead of just being victimized and tossed all over the place, not knowing what I should and shouldn't be doing during certain transits, So yeah, Jupiter is about to change signs. It's about to go into Aquarius, and let me give you a little bit about what that means. Jupiter in Aquarius, and this is in general for everybody, for the collective. When you're dealing with Jupiterian energy and then Aquarian energy as a smash up, Jupiter is the personality and Aquarius is like the vibe. You see what I mean? Jupiter is expressing Aquarius energy through a Jupiter filter. Okay, so if you know Aquarian energy is about being unique, is about awakening and being forward thinking and technology, and just being what do you call that, rebellious and non-traditional. If you know that those themes are the general vibe of Aquarius, and then you put a filter on it, right? And you say, okay, Jupiter, I want you to be Aquarius. I want you to act like Aquarius, Jupiter. Well, Jupiter by itself expands things and has a hunger for knowledge, right? And it's also quite a lucky sign. I mean, a lucky planet as well. So it likes to have those moments where it acts like Santa Claus and brings gifts, right? So Jupiter is going to express Aquarian energy in a way where it's just going to make more of the Aquarian energy. You're going to be more rebellious as a collective. You're going to be more non-traditional. You're going to be more technological. Everything is going to be more of Aquarius energy, more weird. You see what I mean? And Aquarius energy can be stubborn too. Okay? It can, Aquarius likes to believe in their beliefs. Okay, like Aquarian energy is more of a researcher and a learner on their own instead of just taking what people say and deciding that, okay, what you said is right. No, Aquarius has to decide that the information that they're getting is correct for them, and before they just accept it. Okay? That Aquarius is like that child in the school that feels like they know more than the dang teacher does, right? So that energy is going to be expanded for the collective, you guys. It's going to be a lot of people out there um, really not being shy. A lot of people out there, there's going to be a lot of new apps that might come out, new technology, new everything, and people are going to be brave enough to rebel where the old systems are falling apart. They're going to stand up for themselves in a humanitarian type way. um it's about to be like a freedom show, like a huge Woodstock mixed with ushering in new technology at the same time. Aquarian energy loves its freedom. It's kind of detached. So when Jupiter goes into Aquarius as a collective, if you've been having a hard time detaching from certain things, Jupiter is about to help you do that because of the sign of Aquarius. Um, so if any of you are struggling right now, right, and you're having a hard time letting go of stuff, um, that Aquarian energy being expanded is going to help you detach. Okay. And a lot of people are going to start seeing things from like they're going to start seeing the forest for the trees, right? They're going to get an expanded bird's eye view of things because things have been way too up close to where they can't see everything. Um, there's going to be lots of decisions made once Jupiter gets in Aquarius too. It's very decisive energy. Okay. Hey, Sarah. Um, so a lot of decisions that were just sitting on the table, a lot of decisions are going to be made when Jupiter goes into Aquarius. So you're going to feel forward moving. You're going to feel kind of like a back to the future type situation. Um, because again, Aquarius energy is a visionary. It's in the future. It's about the future. It's about technology. It's about being the trendsetter. Aquarius is really good at seeing trends and then starting something new based off of the data that's collected. So it's about being that forerunner. A lot of light workers are gonna really like put on their big girl and big boy panties and underwear, and they're gonna freaking handle some things after years and months of being stagnant and or being afraid. People are going to get some stuff done because this Aquarian energy is like, nope, I want freedom. Nope, I love who I am and I'm gonna show it. Nope, I know, because Aquarius is, I know, it's the crown chakra. So I know in a divine way is going to happen. You got a spiritual planet, Jupiter, and then you got the I know, the spiritual mind, like it's like Aquarian energy is like science mixed with spirituality. You've got all of that mashed up. So I wouldn't be surprised if we start getting downloads and just knowing stuff that we didn't know before, just downloads of some pretty potent, expansive information because of these two. It's literally like telling everybody in the office, hey, we got this new company coming in and all of the computers are about to be upgraded. Just letting y'all know it'll take a couple of hours, but we're going to need everybody to, go to the break room and all of the computers are going to be upgraded like at once. And it's just going to be this huge thing. And then you come back to your desk and you may have the same hardware, but you're dealing with completely new software. That may throw some of y'all off. Be ready to freaking learn and be open to learning. Aquarius don't deal with feelings very well. You're gonna have to practice not being in your feelings because things are gonna be moving fast. It's gonna be kind of like you're in a CLEP course, okay? And a lot of this again is mental energy. It's the spiritual mind expanding, you know? And you're gonna have to, as long as you are curious and open to learning and you don't get in your feelings so much, you'll be okay. You'll be okay. But yeah, if you want to know how Jupiter is going to be affecting you, what part of your life is going to be expanded and have um, learning opportunities, and where you're going to be lucky or be blessed with Jupiter's Santa Claus side, definitely hit up the link in the community tab to schedule an appointment with me, a personal reading, because I look at your chart All you need to know is your birth time. Okay? But yeah, that's a little bit, just a little bit about what Jupiter is about to do to everybody. This is going to be fun. I'm an Aquarius rising, you guys. So I'm going to be happy to see all of this new, free, innovative, trend setting, visionary stuff, you know. I'm going to be ecstatic to see people being who they truly are, you know, and tapping into their potential and getting all these downloads, and all of it's going to be great. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will talk to you soon, loves.